Let's see who places what where.
It's a good ward.
Managed to get his ward off without his smoke breaking just in time.
Particularly the facets. Anything weird, quick wit, ricochet, liquid frost. Through and through. I mean, we haven't really seen bounty, but I feel like that is probably correct. Bear down, elitist, crash landing, tree bounce, trick shot, and then momentum. Interesting.
I think momentum's a little bit stronger later on, so I wonder if they want that scaling. I haven't actually seen too much ET myself in our games we've cast yet.
I think I agree with you. I think momentum definitely has way more scaling potential. So it is one of those things where it could allow, you know, Toronto Tokyo to kind of transition into a little bit more of like a hybrid damage dealer in the late game. Save, trying to hobble away from the gyrocopter. Not super easy. He's opened flat cannon.
Yeah, I think they're going to shove this lane pretty hard.
Yeah.
They're just going to harass a lot and set themselves up for maybe a level 2 timing. Jakir's level 2 is super strong with dual breath and liquid frost. It's also just good harass versus the low armor tiny, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'd say it's very important for GPK in the mid lane to try and secure some early denies. If he can start building an XP advantage, he can definitely take that to the side lanes with some early rotations off of an urn. But we'll see Save start the creep drag here, like you said, really wanting to avoid this Jakiro. Good block on the hard camp as well. I mean, you have a 0 armor tiny. Flat cannon is pretty damn value in that regard. Is Miro at least having a little bit of help from the tower aura, but he is low.
Yeah, I think he's already got a salve queued up. Oh, he already bought it. It's going to be on the way in a moment. Top lane, you see some creep dragging going on as well. Laning in the river. It's just a new age Dota. Not too surprising. Both safe lanes just really strong. So we'll see which offlane can get more out of it. It should be a little easier for Darkseer with the Ion Shell being able to fall back to the jungle if things get really bad. Tiny does not have as good of a recovery method. So yeah, maybe he might be the one struggling the most out of this laning stage. See what Hoodwin can do for him.
Yeah. It's so wild to me that you can just go 4 gauntlets of strength and like that's an okay build.
Yeah, 3 gauntlets is where I draw the line. Yeah, 4 is just ridiculous.
Unbelievable. Mid lane Snapfire doing really good, sitting at 10-2. I think that's perfect CS almost, but that's kind of expected. Like I said, these first couple levels, she has that damage advantage, but Invoker's damage per level scaling is bonkers. Is it still the highest in the game? I feel like it is.
I can't remember if it's the highest, but it's 5.9, which is one of the highest for sure, if not the highest. Snapfire also being universal, but just doesn't have as good stat gain as Invoker. But like you said, you'll start off with the advantage, so she's got to get what she can now. Yeah, she's doing okay in that front.
The level 2 timing in the bottom lane, throwing a lot of damage here into Miro. Bengen.
Look how slow he is.
Yeah. He's hobbling around, the little turtle. I love this new set. This one is one of my favorites.
It's a great one.
The coconut tree is so good. And Miro's dead, I think. That is dual breath, blood grenade. No, never mind. Gets the stick off. He's going to be okay, at least for now. But there is a flat coming up in a moment, and Olnit wants to get a little bit more chip damage here into the tiny. Dude. Another salve coming out for him as the Jakiro just picks up the Lotus. Both Lotuses actually going to MOUZ.
Yeah, and it looks like Darkseer is also struggling, but not as bad. So this is this is, I think MOUZ will be relatively happy with this. If you can keep this going, you're going to come out with a slight advantage and maybe you can get something going with the Bounty Hunter. Ooh, he's going to TP down here in Viz. See if he can catch BB team off guard down here. Maybe dive with this creep wave.
If they stun Miro or save, I feel like they're dead. And yeah, save's too far forward. He has no idea. Really good rotation from Narman. The toss comes out, but first blood goes to the bounty, and they're thinking of diving. They've got another dual breath up. Miro on so low of HP, and that is it. Kill goes to Olnit. Very good aggression coming out from the side of MOUZ, and a lot of this, just look at the lane positioning here for Force top. He's under no threat at all.
Yeah, really good setup from Bounty, and that's the scary thing with these Invis heroes. Sure, you could walk mid, walk through the twin gate, but you could also TP. So the second someone is off the map, you just get really scared, and I think they felt safe. They were really close to their own tier 1 tower, but just not quite enough. And here he is in the mid lane. He's got the sentry.
Gonna get a D ward as well.
Dude, what a win in the mid lane.
Narman off to the races already. In top lane, they tried to use this to pressure that Darkseer. They're like, okay, you're going to rotate around the map. We're going to run at the Darkseer. He gets level 4, throws a point in Surge, and he's out. Salves up. He's coming right back to the lane.
And here's the thing. Narman's going to take a moment to stack for him, right? So, yes, Darkseer's feeling the pressure, but he'll recover much better than the Tiny, who Tiny's at 13 last hits, right? Darkseer has nearly double that. So you're going to get way more out of your offlaner on the side of MOUZ. And that starts to kick in around that like 10 to 15 minute mark when those first auras come out and you start grouping up as a team.
The good
for
news...
Toronto Tokyo, actually.
Oh, top lane, yeah. Getting quite low. Vacuum into the 2 ion shells. Narman's going to run him down. Ends up getting credit for the kill. Maybe off of the blood grenade there, but either way, that's a nice one as the catapult wave is coming in. You're going to just shove this into the tower. And Narman, even trying to get some eyes on Nightfall. Yeah. Nightfall's positioning really well. He's making sure to stay within the tower. He's farming very well. So even though all this chaos is happening around the map, you have 4 kills on MOUZ. Your Ursa is farming into the Darkseer lane. And that's the expected result, right? Ursa should farm into this lane. Mid lane, Narman underneath a ward and a sentry looking for GPK. Nice tornado. Cold Snap comes in. Does get a couple spells off, but here's Jakiro's just gonna burn him. Supreme doesn't have the damage to finish the job. They get the sentry down, and they get the kill onto the Invoker. Great bushwhack from Save. He's got an amplify damage. It's a lot, but it's just this Jakiro over and over. Burning through these guys. Tree bounce trick shot. It's done it. Save underneath the tower, though. A lot of minus armor sent. The last tower shot to help finish the job. Supreme credited the kill. Those 3 points in the Shredder are doing work. He's got more of a kisses. Oh, I thought he might just throw the kisses.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna like cookie and go. Play it safe. You know, that's a win overall. You don't want to overcommit and then feed it away.
Save the kisses for the Invoker, maybe.
Possibly. 7-minute runes. Narman's on his way, but they kind of see this coming. They're already in position. Should just be a 1-1 split.
He scans this, so he knows someone's up there.
Yeah, and he's just going to give it up instead, but just a little too slow.
They might just dive bottom, though. He gets a really deep ward. Oh, save on the Hoodwink. He's so fragile. Toronto Tokyo's on the side, though, expecting this type of rotation. Narman's going to scout him. He's going to back away. He does have an urn, by the way.
Yeah, and Snapfire's coming down. They can do this.
They see the snap.
Ooh, yeah, good ward they placed earlier. Oh, they might just lose this courier, though, on the Ursa. Oh, no. All right, that's going to delay his. It hadn't bought anything yet, so at least you got that going for you. But he wants to get the cornucopia and bring it up. It's going to help him deal with that Darkseer harass on the Iron Shell. So he's going to have to do without for maybe another like 2 minutes, unless he makes his way over to the secret shop himself.
All right. 2,000 gold lead, an 8-minute power rune about to spawn, and it is bottom. Supreme will grab himself a regen rune.
Talk about the strength of Darkseer, right? For being so-called countered. Here he is at the top of net worth.
That hero's not counterable. Let's be honest. He is one of the uncounterable heroes of the patch. Toronto Tokyo fighting up against his own illusion. One of the benefits of this Darkseer pick, Narman's just going to get surged in, start to burn him down. One little auto attack and a nice little shuriken. So he actually takes the kill. That's the earn charges. So these are now online.
Look, guys, Narman's done a lot for his team. He gets to secure a couple kills for himself, you know. He's actually 4-1-2. He's secured quite a few for himself already.
He's
the bounty hunter. He has to. You have to embody the character you're playing.
Yeah, I like to role play my heroes every time. Like when I pick Ricky, I just leave
AFK
the game.
and Fountain.
Yeah, you just pretend like you don't exist.
They're gonna go for Nightfall? No, just a little harass.
Well, he's throwing the urn. They're trying to force something. Unfortunate dire scan there, though. Oh, they found GPK! He needs a little bit of help, but will the Elder Titan be enough? Bengen wants to keep playing aggressive. Mortimer Kiss is just being dumped in, but Nightfall is there. GPK, does he dodge it? He doesn't, but Supreme, he turns, he gets the kill onto the Elder Titan as well. And now Nightfall, what a bushwhack, though. Can they find this Ursa? I don't think so, but Narman really wants save. He cannot do it. Very close. Almost a disaster from BB team, but they managed to get out. They get 2 kills. I think a pretty worthwhile trade, maybe? But your Ursa has to go back to the Fountain.
Yeah, and fortunately for Supreme, he got the kill right before he died, so he's going to come out of that ahead. And your bounty's now 6 on track. So now all of these early fights, which there's already been so many, it's 9-4. Right now, all of it is going to have an extra bonus. That mech coming in from the old uncounterable Darkseer, saving Supreme just long enough.
Yeah, very nice. Well, I mean, it's level 6 on bounty. I was going to say there's going to be a point here where 6 on bounty is a big problem for a BB team because of how aggressive they can play with these 2 supports and the Darkseer, and they're going to actually try and make a go. They get a really nice bushwhack. They burst them down. The wall is out, but really quick response. Even Olnik coming in. He's going to get tornadoed into a stop. Wait a minute. Your Gyro needs some help. Call down is there, but in comes Narman. They get the first kill, and now Nightfall. He's got to run back through the macro part of the enemy team. Banging on the backside. It's going to get found from save. Do they get the track? They do not. So it's a 2 for 2, but a really good find from BB team.
A nice bushwhack. Caught him off guard. Got him killed off. I think that was also a little, so he was aggressively positioned. He also thought he was really safe because he started digging the shovel, and I think that's what got him stunned. He digs up a bounty rune. He actually uses an illusion to deny it. He's like, can't give him a kill and a bounty rune. Well, they'll still get the top tower on the side of MOUZ, and that was only 1 track kill, but it was a track kill. So you're starting to get that gold advantage going, and I don't think it'll really stop. The Atos is being delivered right now for Snapfire. She has her ultimate.
That's a sick wraparound.
Really nice. But I think they're going to come mid. They're going to see what they can get out of this. They're going to at least defend their mid tower.
Armin here throws the track on over to the Tiny. There is a sentry, but it is about to expire. So Supreme's build, is he going the Gleipnir? Because, okay, good. I would say, I think this game specifically, Gleipnir enables this like bounty Darkseer Jakiro way more than anything else. Like if you can trap people inside of Macropyre, inside of the vacuum wall, there's no getting out of that.
Yeah, I think it'll be really good, but he got the Atos. He's got the Boot to Travel queued up for now.
A nice harassment out from GPK. Atos into the Mortimer Kisses. The track comes through from Narman.
Nice
they will
bushwhack.
cancel for the moment with the bushwhack, but Narman's going to continue to try and chase here. Won't be able to get GPK, but this should be a lot of tower damage thanks to the rotation in from the Gyro as well. Sentry goes down, save, scouts, bounty hunter. A lot of damage there from that shuriken. And the tower's gone. We're close to Guardians as well. Look at Force.
Yeah, this will be really hard to see if it happens. It might, though, because of vacuum. Shuriken can hit multiple times with the through and through as it bounces to different heroes that have been tracked. So depending on the order of the bounces, you can get insane damage when people are lined up in certain ways. And when you're vacuumed, you know, you're nearly guaranteeing the AoE bouncing a lot. So there might be some crazy combos with bounty. It's not usually what we would say, but it could be some crazy AoE damage there.
Yeah, I mean, so you have like 2 tracks. That's going to be, you know, 3 total targets hit from the shuriken into a potential vacuum. That's, like you said, a lot of potential damage. Vessel is done, by the way, so fast. The fastest of the patch so far, which not a lot of sample data, only 2 matches. But for Narman, that just, I mean, that makes your hero so much scarier than before. Toronto, Tokyo, underneath a ward sentry. Narman's going to wrap around, hit him with the Vessel. Does he get the stomp off? He does. Supreme's in a really bad spot. Bushwhack comes out from save. Cookies away, dodges the sharpshooter. Atos on the backside, used to trap GPK in place, and they got him. The rest of BB team need to get out.
That Earth Splitter pulling up the Snapfire. That was almost really good for them. But the Sharpshooter off the mark. I think Sharpshooter would have finished the job if that had managed to land. But difficult skill shot, especially when someone's cooking around.
Yeah, very, very good spell usage there. Dude, it's so close. I want to take another look at this. Yeah, the Snapfire getting tossed into the Stomp, Earth Splitter. But yeah, this Sharpshooter, he held it for just a moment too long. And then Supreme, I mean, great usage of that Atos, like just trapping the Invoker who they know just doesn't have an escape at the moment.
That's one of the weaknesses of the hero. And I think he did get a kill first at least, but maybe not the greatest start he would like. Your combo of damage will be really good later though because of Astral Spirit reducing that magic resistance. I'm sure we'll see a pipe from someone. Yeah, it looks like Darkseer's already got it in the works. I wonder what Bounty's building. He's having a very good game. He's quite rich. Looks like he has his Vessel and he's working on a Force Staff.
Really good Force game, right? Get people out of the Bushwhack immediately, or, you know, away from Stomp, Earth Splitter. Ward Sentry comes out immediately. They're going to go ahead, pop right onto the Bounty. That's the best way to start the fight. Beautiful pick, beautiful rotation from BB team. And that's the Blink reveal out from Miro.
Kill for the blink. Sorry, I was just thinking through the itemization. I think for MOUZ, Allnut's been he's rotated a little bit, but otherwise just farming up, and he's going to be at that focal point. He has much less of a problem being kited than the Ursa. So I think that's like Bounty and Jakiro's itemization. They're just going to keep the gyro alive, and Ursa's pretty farm too, but he's way easier to kite and waste his time just like having to run around through the slows, the ice path, gets to the gyro, gyro's Force Staff, gyro's glimmered. Right, so I think that's the goal for MOUZ here.
Nightfall's blink is so quick this game, and if he can actually get some pickoffs with this without dying, like by overcommitting, like you said, it's really solid. They actually are blinking after Narman, trying to find him once again in the same spot, but does not fall for it a second time.
They're meeting this fight because they know Ursa came up here, and I think they know. And they were looking for a kill so they could get Roshan. They could still sneak Roshan. You don't have ward up here right now for MOUZ. So I think that's why they came up here.
Save.
Ooh,
oh,
nice
what an ice path. I was not sure if they would be able to grab him, but really well done there from the Jakiro. One of the reasons we've seen this hero get so dang popular, man. That ice path is really strong. They're going to go look for a deep ward placement here, most likely in the enemy jungle, so they can try and scout heroes farming back here. But I will say BB team's ward placements are really good for the top side of the map here. I mean, they're going to see everything.
Yeah, they committed so much up here. But it's also a little surprising because these aren't the best observers for Roche, which, as MOUZ makes this call, a little unexpected perhaps, but they're going to go for an early Roche, and I don't know if these observers are really going to spot this happening. Oh,
I mean, they see them walking that way. Yeah, and there's your Sunstrike. The question is, can MOUZ actually take the fight? Because I don't think you can. You're playing into an Elder Titan at a Roche pit. It's a little bit scary. And they do not have vision of this smoke rotation. This is a really good angle for BB Team to approach from. Narman is invis here on the front side. Another smoke coming out. But the tracks, they're coming through. They actually find the bounty in the trees here once again. Bushwhack comes out. Can they finish him? The Tornado's going to do it. He gets the stick, but it's not enough. Bounty Hunter removed from the fight. Does have a buyback. A really great grab from Miro once again on this Tiny, as the Spirit's going to scout the entirety of MOUZ here. Can they do it again? Avalanche comes out. Ooh, the turnaround though. You have a great spot, and Nightfall just finishes Roche on his own. Miro will be the sacrifice instead. What a steal from BB Team.
You were spot on when you said MOUZ is going to struggle to fight into this. The Earth Splitter, the Stomp, these massive AoE spells around the Roche pit are so dangerous. You do have your own in terms of vacuum and wall, but you don't have the blink yet.
Olnit is so far forward. He thought he left, but no, instead they just get sniped. Narman, he bought back in this last fight. There is an Earth Splitter that's going to grab him. The Bushwhack from Save, and boy, oh boy, you are in a really rough spot now. 3 heroes dead as they get the Aegis as well. And this Bounty Hunter is starting to struggle.
I think it's a little ridiculous that Earth Splitter doesn't break trees, actually.
It
didn't really occur to me till I just saw that. Yeah, it's Earth Splitter. You're not split the earth the trees are on. This is pretty good. 20 minutes, fairly even game technically, but it's a Bounty Hunter. So that means you are 2K ahead of all that track gold. And that's a pretty good spot to be in for BB Team.
Yeah, I think they've actually played the map incredibly well. And one of the things that we see a lot with heroes like Invoker is you may get off to an early start and then you kind of fall flat in the mid game, but not GPK. He's actually managed to find a lot of farm. He's staying neck and neck with all of these other cores. And Supreme, like going these boots of travel, maybe it backfires a little bit because you're lacking the Gleipnir in these team fights to try and like hold things down. Like, would you even have had it? It's hard to say, but
you would at least be really close.
It'd be close for sure.
Radiant's bottom tower
Smoke up from BB Team. Keep going. Why not? You got a Basher on Nightfall. He finds his target. They are gonna die. Oh, Alacrity to boot, of course.
Bottom tower is under attack.
So much damage.
They're going to see some heroes on the ward here. Maybe Narman's invis potentially able to break a smoke. But instead, looking for that 21-minute bounty rune or wisdom rune. And it's going to be Force who just walks right into the side of BB Team. Smoke absolutely pays off. As they're just going to take Tormentor now, too. It's an Ursa. He can just solo it.
Mira's looking for Olnit. They saw him in the Observer. They found him.
Yeah, Earth Splitter comes out, the toss, the damage, it's so dang much. Save's gonna offer a little bit of extra control. And Olnit will lose his life. Supreme killed GPK. The Ursa, he took the Tormentor, right? I feel like he did.
I believe so, yes.
Okay, I went to Toronto, Tokyo. He died. Wait, what?
Died to the Tormentor?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I have no idea.
Thank you, Observer.
There's no way he should die to Tormentor as Ursa. I don't know. Maybe he didn't have his ult at the time. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, maybe
might have used it on something else.
I know he used it top originally for the gyro kill after Roche, but I would have thought it would have been on cooldown.
Guys, don't worry. Now I have Enrage for our own Tormentor. I'm going to get both. Yeah, I'd have lost Aegis at some point anyways. It's fine.
Zach, would you be surprised if I told you Hoodwink was the highest damage hero in a game once again?
No, in fact, I would be surprised if she wasn't.
Second Tormentor for Nightfall. Doesn't die to the Tormentor this time, so, you know, learning. Save gets the shard. You're now 6,000 ahead, man. This Roshan fight has blown this game open for BB team. They need a big grab here. It could be GPK's Invoker. He's going to walk in, gets the track, gets the stun, the follow-up in the wall, the ice path into the call down. There's a good one. A lot committed, though. That is wall.
You may not know Aegis is down. Have they seen Ursa? So the idea might be, it's like, oh, we're not interested in fighting. You know, they have wall, or they have Aegis, so we'll just get like pick-offs. It's fine to just like commit a lot. Right, they're gonna see now.
All right, Gleipnir's done on the Snapfire, which is a big help for their team, being able to get catch, something that can follow up the Bounty Hunter's initiation. As they're just going to keep roaming around. They need to open up this bottom side of the map here. Take this tier 1 tower. Make sure that they can control that in a dire triangle.
Force having Blink, I think, helps his team fight a lot. Before this, you just kind of have to like run in. That's kind of tough into like Tornado, Bushwhack, Stomps, all that. Now you might actually be able to get like a quick Blink, Vacuum, Ice Path, something like that to start your fights, and then all the AoE damage from the Gyrocopter. So got a little bit more fighting potential here on the side of MOUZ, but I think BKBs are all in the works. Yeah, Ursa's is done. The other two are still like 1,000, 2,000 off.
I'd like to point out that that was like, oh, this is a slightly slower BKB for Ursa. That's typically when he doesn't have a Basher, though.
That's true.
So Nightfall is very farmed this game, almost level 20. So he is ready to brawl.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What are MOUZ able to play around right now? Like, what are they looking for? Yeah, oh my god, 800 XP per minute.
Maybe BKB on the gyro. Force staff. Man, we were talking about how rich Bounty was. He was working on that force staff like 10 minutes ago. Still in the works. It's almost done now, but that kind of just shows how much he's been struggling. I think the next play is you just bide your time till Roche for both teams. You want this top Roche. With your Blink Vacuum now available, you're much better at fighting Roche than you were for the first one. But it'll still come down to who catches who. So I think both teams want to set up top early and try to hold this position.
Dude, Miro has had such a good recovery this game. Narman goes for the D ward. Miro actually not going to get the toss back in time. Is a really good ice path come through. There's the vacuum. They pull right back onto the high ground. Macro fire, Mortimer kisses. What more could you ask for? Save gets away despite it all, but you get a BKB out of the Gyrocopter. Honestly, this is kind of okay, but the track gold plus the spree there for Miro is worth a lot of gold.
Yeah, I can't believe they didn't get more out of that. That was such a sick vacuum. Pull two heroes back up the cliff. It was so good, but then Sharpshooter used to get back down the cliff, also really good. Gets away alive. I think if you manage to pick up 2 kills, you're more willing to dive and possibly get even more out of that. See if the Roche spawn is kind to them, because they did commit a lot for that. They're not going to have the tools to fight this unless it's a long Roche.
Man, they've had such good ward sentry placements on BB team this game, like being able to see Bounty Hunter despite walking around the map like pretty much invisible all the time. Miro, he was looking for Bounty, instead finds a better target. It's Supreme on the Snapfire. Does have a really good rune and illusion. Will actually get the Dispel and the Surge on out. Okay, well played. And
might have bought enough time. It also broke their position, so they're all beelining it back for top on the side of BB team. They know where they want to play. They didn't quite find the kill they were hoping for, but they are here first. MOUZ was a little more concerned about just getting out, but that means they're not in position for this Roche, which is about to spawn. Toronto Tokyo might leave. Turn back.
Really,
it's right there.
They really want to pick off before going for this. Bushwhack comes out. They're going to get on top of the Jakiro, and that's a fantastic find. But Nightfall forced to pop the Enrage. But can they get more? No, beautiful toss out as well from Miro. getting away with murder. And Jakiro's a big part of their ability to fight for Roshan. With that, that's the green light for BB team. And that second Rosh is going to be theirs.
It's going to be the cheese. Practically 2 lives for probably Ursa. I feel like you give him both. I mean, he could hand the cheese away first while he still has Aegis, but if he does lose the Aegis, you just hand him cheese.
There's just no way to stall this. Like, Forrest wants to come in, but look at that. Spirit ready and waiting from Toronto Tokyo. Miro's managed to find Narman once again, but didn't actually have the detection, but Nightfall just goes for it. The surge on out. His enrage is popped. If you could chase, maybe you can force an early BKB or the Aegis itself. They're going to look onto Olnit. Bushwhack off the mark, blinking from Miro. He's got the BKB on the gyro, the turnaround. Nightfall, his Aegis is gone, and Miro, he needs to get out of here. Great Earth Splitter, though, from Toronto Tokyo. Mortimer Kiss is coming through. They actually managed to trap the Ice Path, the wall, but Nightfall with a BKB, able to disengage for now. And pretty good fight from MOUZ. Nero goes back in. Great avalanche, but he pops the cheese to reset. Toronto Tokyo jumps in, looking for the bounty. He's got him. Nightfall takes down the Jakiro. Tornado to split the uprights, but Supreme's burning. Forrest pops those Guardian Greaves, trying to run. Narman's back in with a buyback, trying to make his team some space, but the chase continues. Miro finds the Snapfire. And they're looking for Narman deep into the enemy territory. They get him. Dieback on the bounty. A 4-0.
Yarrow pushing the limits there. This guy, as soon as he thinks there's a hero over there, he just blinks, avalanche toss. He knows he's strong. He doesn't even just see who's there. He just like blinked into 4 heroes with like 200 health. He's like, yeah, I'm just baiting cheese, guys. Totally not gonna die and then look silly. He doesn't. He keeps getting these tossbacks. Great way to split up these fights. I was talking about like Ursa getting kited earlier, right? Not when you just keep tossing people to him one at a time and letting him kill them.
Yeah. And he's finding such good targets. Like, we've talked about the Jakiro being a really big part of their team fight, and he's getting this Jakiro constantly.
It's honestly like there's not even like a bad target to get, right? Like you get Jakiro, Snapfire, Darkseer, Gyro. It's like fantastic and delete all of them. Narman is actually probably the worst one to get because that's kind of his job, is to scout things out, but at the same time you'll take a free kill if you can just find the bounty on his own.
This hero, dude, I can't. Someone fix this, dude. Mid lane tier 2 tower. They're gonna pop the fortification. They'll obviously refresh when the tower goes down, but shouldn't take too long with Tiny coming in. Finishes up the Conda. He's also really good jungle item for this hero, a little bit underestimated at times. The Quiver. Even more burst damage. Oh, this wraparound. This could catch BB team off guard. Can you kill Nightfall before he gets the response from his team? Scan from the Dire, it doesn't connect. Radiant scan does, but they have good ward coverage, and it looks like BB team actually making a really good call here to go to the other side of the map. Not give them anything. Ward placed on the high ground. It will scout the Ursa for a moment, but how do you approach this?
All right, cutting the wave will reveal what's going on for both teams. They both have like pretty solid vision here. Miero on the front.
All right, Trax coming through. Ice Path into the Ursa. Forces the Enrage right away. Looking for Miro. Narman gets a Force Staff to save the tree toss. Almost deletes his health pool. But Hoodwink, great Bushwhack. He's got him, baby. A solo kill onto Narman. And now the fight for BB team. It's about to begin. Nightfall's in with a BKB. He's got that damage into Olnit, but can he finish the job? The Earth Splitter will. GPK now chasing down Bangan. TP out from the Snapfire, but Bangan not as lucky. Force will make it back to base, but my God, dude, this Hoodwink hero. Would you be shocked if I told you Hoodwink is still the highest damage hero in the game?
Listen, you have to let support players have this. We should get to do damage sometimes. I don't want to keep building utility. Let me build Gleipnir Daedalus without it being griefing. Let me play Hoodwink. Okay, really, okay, back to the actual gameplay, though. Besides Hoodwink doing insane damage, really good movements from both teams. MOUZ recognizing they kind of have to catch people off guard, find the back line, and BB team being very aware of that as well. They were very suspicious. They moved as a group, played around their vision. Really nice from both teams, but in the end, BB team comes out ahead because you got 10k advantage to work with. It's a little easier to come out ahead in these fights. The initiation's also just easier on the Tiny, right? He can try pretty much every 15 seconds to go for a blink toss, right? Tries theirs. I didn't get one. Okay, back off, guys. Like, chill a little bit. Just kidding. A tornado lifted him. Let's just go. Right? They have so many ways to throw it in and see what you get. If you get it, great. If you don't, then you just wait a little bit. On the side of MOUZ, you need that blink vacuum. If you don't get that, like, what else do you have?
I mean, that's like pretty much it, right? Blink, like it's like Gleipnir and Blink Vacuum, right?
Yeah, and Gleipnir at this point, right, it's not going to be enough because of the dispels. Maybe if it was earlier, and maybe you should have gotten it before the boots, but...
Gyro is scary, but the fact that Ursa can, without punish, basically blink Abyssal Blade your Gyrocopter is a massive problem. We're going to see another smoke attempt from both teams. Miro, will he jump in? No, they actually scout him first. Tracks out, Gleipnir's out as well. Both teams waiting for the moment. They want to take the fight on their own terms. Force, his blink gets, or his smoke gets popped, and Nightfall. So what a scout from that Sunstrike, and now they've caught the Jakiro once again. Mortimer Kisses coming through. Nightfall, his BKB spent. Miro, toss him out. Get down, Mr. President. He's forced the BKB save. Trying to get out, but not going to be able to. It's just going to be Toronto Tokyo with his own BKB. Is that his Ags? Never mind. Hold on, Nightfall's back. Looking to get on top of the Gyro. He gets the kill. Gleipnir's out from save. Bushwhack caps. Narman held down on the backside, and they are just falling one by one. Supreme next for the picking. Triple kill for Nightfall's Ursa in this game. Completely out of control for MOUZ.
That scout up the high ground with the Sunstrike is so sick. There is so much high-level decision-making in that moment that we'll talk about once this fight actually stops. All right, it looks like Force is out. I think this is an uncontested tower here. You probably fortify to buy some time, but unless you're willing to buy back on Snapfire, you're probably going to lose this here. So,
yeah,
both teams, again, posturing to try to find the right fight. They're on opposite ends. They both know that's happening. BB team is like, where would you stand if you were going to try to posture for this? He like knows this is such a common spot, like that cliff where the Sunstrike happened. So he's like, I'm going to inch forward, you drop a Sunstrike, and that way as I get close, if my smoke breaks, I might see them. Like we might both break smokes, and I can instantly blink Abyssal, kill someone. Because he just picked up his Octarine, so he's willing to throw that out. It's really low cooldown, and it pays off. They find the Darkseer, probably one of the best heroes they could get off of that, and I think he actually lived, but it forced so much reaction from it, and it broke open that fight for BetBoom.
Yeah, like you said, minimal commitment. He has Octarine. He can go in on this Ursa. He almost gets popped, but the toss outs from Miro this game have been so sick. Like if he's not initiating onto the enemy hero, he's watching his Nightfall Ursa and is like, don't worry, homie, I got you. If you need to get out, I will get you out of the fight. Like his Tiny has been so sick this game.
Yeah, at this point, even if you manage to find Ursa, Toronto Tokyo's rich. He's got his Ags, he's got his Shard.
Yeah. I mean, they're all rich, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone's rich.
Like, all 3 cores on BB Team are above a Gyrocopter. How often do you see that? An Invoker as well being one of them. Typically, like, a hero that can fall behind in the mid game. They have a 26,000 gold advantage. It is the final fight here. It is Roshan. Number 3, as the teams are smoked up, getting ready to walk into each other. Who's going to find who? Smoke pops. Sunstrike not onto the high ground. Narman positioned in the trees. They're actually a nice scout, but Nightfall still under the cover of smoke. He might just go for it. Track comes out. Gleipnir's going to connect. Now they've got to start cutting the waves. Here's the thing, though. Do BB Team just force it? Do they just walk into Roche on this Ursa and start it?
I think you can.
I don't think they can stop him, right?
Yeah, like, okay, I was gonna say, like, if you put ET in the back, I'm pretty sure you can, because even as BKBs come out, you'll just drop the Earth Splitter.
Here come the Mortimer Kisses. They know that this is coming. They've got to try and find a perfect engagement on MOUZ, the vacuum, into the Macro Pyre wall. It's all got to connect. Miro with an Invis Shadowblade is just standing right in the center. He gets the toss. The Avalanche, he just deletes the Jakiro. Age is stolen by force. Everything going the way of MOUZ at the moment as GPK's got to get out of here. Ursa still has the BKB as well. Miro trying to hobble away under the course of that Shadow Leap, but they turn it around. They get right on top of the gyrocopter and they blow him to pieces. Backside of the fight, GPK trying to battle with the bounty. He's gonna win. Gyrocopter's gonna buy back into this fight. Nightfall's got on top of Forest. The Macro Pyre is out. That's gonna be the Aegis as Toronto Tokyo is just getting to work. Gleipnir's out, but the damage, it's done, man. 3 heroes dead on MOUZ. About to be a 4th. This save will set up for that Snapfire. You don't even need Aegis. You don't even need the cheese.
How is it you heard not my warning? How is it you heard not my warnings?
That was, I mean, stealing Aegis is like pretty nice, all things considered, but yeah, you just see how far ahead BB team is. That's like, oh yeah, you took Aegis, that's fine. We'll just kill all of you anyways. And Yarrow finding that Jakiro solo kill on that Jakiro. None of that AoE coming in. He has to buy back. Still gets killed pretty quickly. Gyro, Darkseer, they rush into the pit to try to get that steal, that fight, but it just means they're actually just focused down by Nightfall. All the other AoE spells, the Earth Splitter comes out that we talked about. Now, well, you're not gonna get Mega'd because you still have this tier 2. But if you get a big kill here, like they're actually just having Miro pressure tier 4s, and if you can manage to find one big kill, you probably can just end the game.
I really like the choice to just take the tier 4s, right? It opens up the throne, and at any point you have a Tiny who can end the game, right? He's got his base damage talent, which we saw him pick up at 20. He's got an Assault Cuirass done now as well. This is just the Giga Chad Tiny. I'm gonna walk at you. This is unreal. He is hitting so dang hard.
And he had such a rough start too, right?
Yeah.
Really good recovery.
An Ancient Guardian for Hoodwink. Yeah, why not? Just give her more damage.
I think my
Who
damage
cares?
stat might be at risk.
Ursa, I think, might have passed her finally. Yeah, he did. But second place ain't bad.
And this time, save his gun for that #1 spot.
When isn't he, you know? A Mindbreaker to boot for the Tiny. That is such a good item.
Right, they're currently just letting the creeps and the catapults whittle down the tower. Picking up all the tier 4s. Doing a
Miro
sneaky
has
invis
an
stab in the
alacrity.
mid lane.
Oh, God! Where did the Jakiro go? Unbelievable. He didn't even get halfway through the toss into the air before he died. Mortimer Kisses are out. Miro ready to pick up a new tree and get to work on the base. The Alacrity Tiny. You gotta pop the fortification. It is the only answer you have. They've caught the gyro. Nightfall goes in and he's gone. Sleep catches 2 on the backside and found the Earth Splitter to finish the job. That is it. GGs are out, and an incredible Game 1 performance from BB team.
Really well done by these guys. And or someone else who has like a very slow potential start. You don't feel the need to match with the cleave, but these are some fast farming cores. Gyro, SF, even Pango. So,
all right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the facets here. No surprise at the moment. Everything we kind of expected. It's really just that Fire Dragon on BB team. As for the side of MOUZ, sidekick, yep, double jump, and then tectonic buildup, which is definitely the better facets for Shaker. It's like one of those things that you're like, oh, the other one's kind of cool, you know, being able to throw bodies around with the slugger facet, but I mean, just passively getting increased AoE aftershock is nice. So here we go.
core Earthshaker could maybe take Slugger, but support Earthshaker makes a lot of sense to take this facet. Even though in a lot of games you're only going to get one increase from it at level 10, and maybe level 20 for some of the longer games, but very rare to ever get to that last level 30. 10 might be too much. If they buff that or like reduce the level, then maybe we'd see more Earthshaker.
I'd be okay with it being like every 5 levels and it's the same scaling, but it's every 5 levels instead of 10.
Yeah, I could see that. Or maybe like make it scale with the ultimate, or like every 6 levels just change like the amount or something. Because only like in a lot of games, only getting one increase of 50 is like,
sad.
Yeah.
All right.
Hoodwink over there doing like 1 million damage with hers, and you're like, I could do a little bit more AoE in 10 levels.
Guys, I swear, I just need some time. Mid lane, Supreme versus GPK, the Shadow Fiend versus the Wind Ranger. It should go pretty well for the Wind Ranger. Being a universal hero, she has really good base damage. The first couple levels will be fine for Shadow Fiend, as he's got Raise, of course, which helps him CS. But eventually, GPK should have no real problem actually securing last hits, which seems right now he's actually having no problem at all, up to 6-2 already.
Yeah, and depending how many denies we see, you have way more kill threat on SF than the other way around, because it's much harder for you to land the triple raise. You probably even need more than that. Universal hero, kind of tanky nowadays, but she'll just focus fire you, run in circles, so you can't even hit your raises. So we'll have to be careful once they get close to level 6. Might have to see some support rotations. But he'll just jungle. That's something he can do better than the Wind Ranger. Really fast farming with the raises.
Absolutely.
Really rotation over by Narman already.
I mean, Pango is just not a hero that really needs help, which is kind of why this hero is still so popular. The double jump facet is so good.
GBK knows, like, what are you doing in the mid lane, man?
He's like, don't mind me. Okay, remember I said like Pango is not a hero that needs help at all?
Yes.
Okay, I mean, I'd take it all back. Maybe Zero
needs
needs a little bit of help. Thank you for the clapping, everybody. Appreciate that. Top lane. Dude, look at the lanes already. BB team are just snowballing the CS already.
Yeah, here's the thing. This is something we never even gone to. BB is a very mechanically skilled team. They're all very strong laners. Trying to rotate in on a kill on Visage. Earthshaker coming in from the back.
The shard block, though. Oh, my goodness. They manage to get the kill. Bangin, however, will trade. Okay, so your Earthshaker has been roaming around the map for 2 minutes, and it finally results in a kill onto the Visage. Is this worth it?
I don't know. Hoodwink would have just killed the lanes, the hero in the lane. This is like the weird thing with Earthshaker, right? It's why we don't see it that much. It's not that unexpected, I guess. Like, we all knew he wasn't a strong laner, so his impact is going to be later, and I guess we'll see what MOUZ envisions for that. But yeah, this is kind of why the meta supports are meta, because so many of them are strong laners and then still do a lot of work. Like a Clockwork. Was he banned? Like, imagine a Clockwork 4. You're having way more impact in the lane, and you could still do similar rotations.
It's 6 heroes to the top lane, baby. Let's go. Time to brawl. Olnet's going to pop that flag. The damage coming through, but Toronto Tokyo is here on the backside, lighting them up. Narman will go down first. A nice dive away. As Olnet wants to chase, he's got that afterburner running, but dude, the Visage, so scary. Raindrop's going to keep him alive and topped off for now.
For the record, I know we're talking about like Earthshaker being weird, not meta, and then we're watching like a Tusk Visage lane, which Tusk
save.
6 shards.
Really nice shards. Yeah, Narman's there. Olnet with this afterburner gonna start getting a little bit of XP. Gonna try and just chase down Toronto Tokyo, and he should be able to rebound for a little bit of extra movement speed. They're gonna turn around onto Miro, pops the stick, trying to dive the Visage here. This game is a bloodbath top, and Miro will finally go down.
It's a huge wave pushing in. Okay, Tusk is actually up just in time to make it here without missing too much. Visage will miss quite a few creeps though. But Tusk is a great support to pick up early levels because of the way his abilities scale. Which is what I was going to get to. So I know Tusk and Visage are pretty non-meta themselves, but I feel it's not strictly because they're bad, but they have very niche situations where they're good.
He missed
And
all but
that
one
feels
of those
better
moves.
than like Earthshaker.
Yeah, that's very true. Mid lane, Supreme in trouble to dive in from Toronto, Tokyo, and GPK going to be able to close the gap, but the damage from Supreme isn't enough to find the kill onto Toronto. He doesn't get it first. Oh, man, nicely
like
done.
Same tick, but apparently just slightly different.
Dying light, baby. It was enough.
Could be worse.
Yeah, and GBK, he was like one creep off from having focus fire and making that kill a lot easier, but it doesn't matter. They get the kill, they trade a support for it. GBK is like, it's totally worth it, man. Come die again for me. And now you have half a level advantage. It means you have 6, SF doesn't. And we were talking about that solo kill threat. Yeah, SF is just jungling now.
Yeah, it doesn't have a choice. If GPK wants to, I mean, the only thing that stops him from killing the Shadow Fiend right now is the Earthshaker. So that's why we're seeing Earthshaker just sit on mid lane, holding, holding back just in case something were to happen. But GPK finding a regen rune is so big.
Yeah, it's gonna open up, rotating around. I'm just gonna
You
pop
just
it now.
dive too.
And meanwhile, on the bottom lane, we didn't really talk about it much after everyone went top for the fights, but I mean, Nightfall, top of the net worth. Can't say it's too surprising. He's just gonna pop his ult to farm faster. When he's in dragon form, he gets splash damage instead of cleave. Saves top. He's gonna live.
Yeah, but so is GPK with the focus fire, just rotating on through. Oh no, it was such a good attempt onto the Tusk. Bengen now in troubles. Toronto, Tokyo's got that urn finished. And look at the damage, man. The reason the Phoenix we see countered. How did Narman get here? He was looking for the Wisdom Rune. They're not going to let that happen.
What else are you gonna do? What else are you gonna do on the Earthshaker this game?
Belongs to save. They will trade with the Wisdom Runes, each team getting their own. Narman TP's back for his. Level 7 on Nightfall with 3 points in the Worm's Wrath. So tons of cleave already starting to stack up.
Look at this carry difference. Level 7 Nightfall, 4,000 net worth, compared to the level 4 Gyrocopter at 2.5. Gyro is supposed to be one of the earliest active carries who farms, and it's supposed to be hard to shut that down. And you have a Dragon Knight down here who's not typically a fast farmer, but I mean, he took the facet for it. They've got to kill him here.
You do, absolutely. The chain stuns are out, triple raise, the rolling thunder comes in, and they do get him. The Force taking the kill from Supreme is kind of rough, but they will get their kill nonetheless. He definitely would love to get those stacks rolling on the Shadow Fiend here.
Is a really important move down here. Toronto Togi's going to buy some time, use Fire Spirits to kill off creep waves. I don't know if he knows Marty's in the area.
Oh, what a
sick
fissure. You are kidding me.
All right, that's where you pick Narman Earthshaker. Let's go.
It's sick. I mean, he's a master on this hero. The rotation's coming through. Save is there. They actually trap Supreme. The Focus Fire committed onto Force, though. Going to be quite good for the Shadow Fiend. The Requiem, the pullback. Wait a minute. They get him. Okay, some nice moves from MOUZ, grabbing multiple big kills.
Really nice sequence of events there. You kill that super farm Dragon Knight, start applying some tower damage. They do defend their tower, but you end up picking up a Phoenix and a Wind Ranger kill, right? So really good sequence of events there.
I mean, that dispose into Requiem is kind of cool. Got to be careful of that as we go on. They are looking for Miro here on the backside. Narman trying to see if he can go for a fissure block, but there's the first drop of the Familiars. Dispose him out of the shards. Yep. One of the things I was curious about, right, if we would ever see that this game, because Marcy, she wants to go in, but can definitely save as well.
Dire's top tower has been denied.
Yeah, there's going to be some high skill decision making on some of these abilities here, like Snowball, Ice Shards, Fissure, Dispose.
Here we go again. Nightfall in the bottom lane, trapped as the whole team will surround him. The kill will go to Olnit's Gyrocopter. And they might give up mid tower for this, but these kills slowing down his farm are absolutely massive. Oh, they're all coming mid. Never mind. They want to fight. They want to defend. That ward,
I have
though.
Requiem for 25 seconds.
Ooh, snowball on. That's a haste rune. Perfect pickup for GPK. The focus fire is there. The fissure's doing its best, but it cannot hold him back. Oh, what a rune. And here comes Narman and Echo to take down the Phoenix. It's going to cost him his own life as GPK will finish the job. Forrest trying to get away from the from Nightfall. Should be safe. Lost the tower anyway.
Yeah, this is really back and forth. Wind Ranger is opting for an Atos first. Not something you usually see from the mid Wind Rangers, but I guess looking to get a little bit of more setup, especially because she has a Visage offlane. Right, Visage brings a lot of early damage between Soul Assumption, Grave Chill, the Familiars, so just being able to set up for that. And then you'll go back for your damage now. Plus, as a universal hero, Rod of Atos is still like a little bit of damage.
Yeah. Speaking of setup, though, like Dragon Knight's gone blinked, so you have just super early aggression from all three of these heroes, right? You have the Vlads, you now have Blink, and an Atos. Like, fights are going to be taken on your own terms. Fissure comes down as the ward's placed up onto the high ground. The smoke's going to get popped as Miro's sending in the Familiars, but Bengen just jumps right onto save. They get him. The question is, can you get more? The missile will eventually connect, but no real way to chase. They clean up the Familiars there. Oh, he resummons anyway later. Okay.
It's a nice bonus of 200 gold. Because they've opted for these early fighting items between the Blink on the Dragon Knight, the Atos on Wind Ranger. It means your farming speed is worse. So if you try to take these fights, but you end up just losing kills like this, I mean, that's how MOUZ is going to end up getting back into this. I say that they're only like 1K behind, so it's not like that crazy, but still, it feels like BB team was in better control.
It definitely felt like it, for sure. I think part of it is just this Wind Ranger in the mid lane. Like, she feels very strong, but the damage that comes out for her right now is a little bit less than what you typically would expect because of the Atos build. So we'll see if they can connect with it, because they definitely want to. And right now, if you're MOUZ, I think you're pretty happy with the state of the game. Like, farming up on your Gyrocopter, just kind of catch back up to where this Dragon Knight is, who is going to go back for the Maelstrom. And there's the finished Chrysalis for Olnit. I mean, that's a big pickup. Quite fast.
Yeah, considering the laning stage he had.
Yeah, GPK jumps into the mid lane here. Doesn't quite connect onto the shackle, so he's out. It is an arcane rune, so not that long of a cooldown, but
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
you can see like the difference. Like, not having even a javelin, let alone the Maelstrom, makes like you don't have the kill threat solo onto that Earthshaker.
Yeah, a little surprising. Maybe some of the ideas actually, there's a max tag team on save, so that is an insane amount of extra damage if you're next to each other, but he was not there for that kill attempt, so it doesn't quite work when he's not there.
A big item that's coming out soon for the side of MOUZ is the Crimson Guard on the Pangolier. He has decided to rush it this game, and the Crimson Guard does wonders against Focus Fire. You've got Familiars as well. Like, there is so much damage reduction that it's going to bring into this game. So during that, like, it's 8-second duration, I believe, right? During that 8 seconds, your damage falls off tremendously for BB team.
Yeah, that's a good point. He is about 1,000 gold, a little less than that off. Maybe that's what MOUZ is waiting for. That'll line up with this Yashikaya on Shadow Fiend, so he has a much easier time getting that ult combo off.
And the classic Blink with the smoke coming out right now for Narman. Very fast Blink. I'll be honest. This is, you watch the first couple minutes of this game and you're like, how does this guy even have any net worth, let alone being the most farmed support in this game is kind of wild.
We were talking mad shit about our Shaker. He's here to show us up. They gave him space, possibly because his cores were dying, but he then got to farm several lanes to now pick up what's pretty solid blink timing. And if he can get a big blink echo, oh, that would be huge. We're at that point of the game where Roche is starting to become an actual objective, and in fact, they're literally coming top for it. So
Level 4 tag
this
team,
could be
focus
huge.
fire.
If you can make it in time and get a blink echo,
dude, they have no idea this blink is here. Are they gonna
need to
scout
go
it
now,
though?
They're respecting it too much. Just run in. Go, guys, go.
They don't know where they are. They have no idea. They do not know that they're in Roche. Someone's got to figure it out.
They might be able to take the fight as they come out.
Oh no, what a disaster for MOUZ. Nobody checking the Roche
Okay,
pit.
Force
Force,
is
he's
here.
gonna be like,
Oh
wait
my
a
God,
minute.
is he gonna make
Rolling
it?
Thunder? Is he gonna make it to the pit? He does
Such a
it,
good
but
ice
here
charge.
comes
Please,
the Blink Shaker.
Oh
the
my God.
Echo, the Requiem, and it's everybody. The Age is still picked up by GPK, but 2 dead and about to be a 3rd. Tip Force, baby, he did it. Coming through the gate like, oh, I found them, everybody. They're in the Roshan. Toronto, Tokyo's dead. An ultra kill for Supreme's Shadow Fiend.
That was so close to being a disaster for them. Roche almost got taken from them. He rolls. The ice shard was so good. Such a quick reaction to bounce the Pango out. But then it still took a long time to kill Roche. I'm surprised they didn't finish it in time. We should be able to see it here. Yeah, that ice shard. Did he like bash him or something? Like suddenly did no damage, and suddenly there's a blink echo, ice shard, earth, shaker, fissure, pit. He's just bouncing right on top of 3 heroes. Oh, that was the greatest wombo combo. That was so satisfying to watch.
You just love that sometimes. You know, the moments when everything aligns. And just off of that, MOUZ have a 2,000 gold advantage. It is 9-15. They were struggling to get into this game. Give Narman Shaker, I guess he's not going to disappoint. That was as good as you could have asked for. The Crimson Guard is here. He's got himself the cloak, working towards the pipe now. And it is MOUZ in the driving seat. Like, this is their game to push their advantage now with these items.
Let's see what the next plan is. They're currently looking for the Wind Ranger. Invis SF coming in. He's got the blink. Ult in 1 second. Good TP out from GBK.
What a TP.
Ooh, close.
Dude, that Aftershock AoE is pretty big. He's got the level 10. It is scary, dude.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Can't wait to see it expand again in 10 more levels.
All it needs 20 minutes.
Top tower has fallen.
20 more minutes. He'll get there.
I mean, what do you think about the late game? It's kind of hard because we don't really see that many Dragonite carry. But I mean, how much pressure is MOUZ facing to really find these fights? I mean, you have the big team fight ultimate in the Echo. I guess they have Egg. You have the scaling Marcy.
I think that's the question, is whether or not Marcy can scale into another core, or if she's going to go for more of like your support build, which we've seen, like Solar Crest, Glimmers, stuff like that. But
Yeah, pretty common with the gyro carry.
yeah, I look at the actual tri-core of BB team, and it's scary, right? Like, all 3 of these heroes do an immense amount of damage in the late game.
That's true. Though I guess Flat Cannon kind of deals with the familiars pretty easily.
Yeah.
You can reduce the Visage impact quite a lot. I think your support scaling is better on MOUZ than on BB team.
Yeah, I agreed.
So I guess, I mean, you'll do what you can, right? If you can take an earlier lead, then fantastic. But I guess our current read is that they don't have to do anything too crazy. But we'll see how they feel, how they end up playing.
I mean, I love this. You have the gyro. You do go the Solar Crest.
Radiant structures
You have
are
Sidekick, right? The Marcy is here to enable the Gyrocopter. And they are going to TP in some heroes. It is the Dragon Knight and the Visage. They need to be very careful. They see them backing across the map. 3 heroes here, but here comes Force with the Rolling Thunder. Can they bring down Olnit in time? They can indeed. Call down doing some work. GPK's got another on the backside. And they will have to disengage. I mean, your Shaker TP'd out. I don't know how you can take a fight.
Yeah, I think that's what BB team saw, and they reacted to instantly. Really fast movements by them. I guess after taking half that tier 2, maybe they thought, oh, they're not contesting us, so we can start dealing with other lanes, but... well, wrong. they came to fight, and you're missing one of your big team fight abilities in the Blink Echo.
Where are we at on the Shadow Fiend items? Because you went the Kaya Yasha. Typically after that, it's like Aghanim Scepter and BKB. He's got Blink, almost a BKB. So he's about 1,600 gold away. I'm going to go for their Tormentor really quick. He does have a lot of bonus souls. That Ultra Kill giving him 4 souls is pretty big. If he doesn't die anytime soon and gets that like BKB Aghanim Scepter and that 20 talent,
How does this always...
me?
How does...
Dude,
How does
if
it always
there is-
happen to BB team?
I was gonna say, it's always BB team, dude. This is the one team that the only thing that ever defeats them is
Falcons and Torment.
it's Falcons and Tormentors. That's it. If they can beat these 2 things, they will be unstoppable.
Oh my god. Who got that? Was it worth it? Save got the shard. Yeah, shard's pretty good this game, but...
I can't believe it, dude. You gotta be kidding me. Well, that one's gonna be in the highlight reel, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Amazing what you found laying around.
What's Dragon Knight at? What's the scaling carry build? He's got Blink, Maelstrom,
Mjolnir.
BKB, yeah, Mjolnir, Daedalus queued up. Dragon Knight does hit pretty hard. Like, with the new way the Worm's Wrath works, when you ult, it's just like raw damage. So you actually hit really hard, and now you'll be splashing that too if you can clump them up together a little bit. But you do see like it's a little slower than it would have been because he went Blink first to get active, and then they never really found that early active fight.
Okay. Ooh, good Blink dodge out there from Save. The Fissure likely would have sealed his fate. So they do manage to... This time they don't leave right in the bottom side. They keep everybody here. They get the tier 2 tower. BB team are smoking up, though. Because they want to try and find an opening. There's a good ward here from MOUZ. Ready to potentially pop a smoke. They did see Force for the moment, but that's not who they want to start the fight on. Who are they going to see? Onto the low ground, it's going to be Miro at the moment. Narman with a great Fissure. Save, can't really get in. A chain stun as well from the Aftershock. That might stop BB team's aggression.
All right, clean disengage. Where you fight is very important. That's always true, but in this case, you also have the roll, so you want to make sure you're picking very favorable location. That was a very awkward spot. There could have been an egg on the high ground while your roll does not have like the cleanest bounces. The path is a bit awkward, so I think it's good for MOUZ to just get out of there. And especially with Roshan potentially spawning pretty soon, I think it's good to keep your spells to fight around the Roche Pit. Much easier for you to get a good roll here, good echo. But you got to get there, which currently BB team's going to be first. If they want, they're at the Twin Gate. They can just like pop over.
I'm trying to figure out what side of the map MOUZ really want to play on right now. I mean, for them, the biggest thing is getting to these BKBs. Olnit has his now. Going to be coming out on the Courier. Shadow Fiend finished his. I mean, this is like the best timing that you could ask for. You need to take a fight on your own terms before like all the BKBs come out for BB team.
Ends up being a pretty long Roche spawn, so it's going to spawn at night.
Dire's top tower.
They might need to move their way over. A lot of their wards are set up down here. So a bit unlucky for MOUZ. But you got to recognize it's a possibility.
Yeah, they could just keep threatening bottom, though, and the high ground, and just, like, with, I mean, not, like, committing, but, like, threatening tower damage with the wave pushes, and so someone would have to come back to deal with this. They're going to smoke across the map. See if they can find a pick-off here. Save will tag his allied. As they see the Ancients, are gone. Radiant Scan not connecting. Dragon Knight's Courier scouted, so they know they're above them. The question is, they're going to find anybody else. Great dodges here from GPK. But he can't really get to his team at all. BB team need to get out. They actually have to TP on both of these heroes. They cannot afford to get caught right now.
I think they're just planning to give up Roche. They're just trying to keep some people around to cut waves. But
oh, they're going to see Miro. TP in immediately, coming from the Pango Force, going to drop the Rolling Thunder and just chase him down. Miro, whoa, wait a minute. Will he find him? He does. All right, so you're going to lose your Visage. It's not the worst hero to lose for the Roche fight, but that for sure means...
Fissure almost accidentally caught Tusk TPing out. That would have been an incredible stroke of luck. The Visage kills enough, though. That sets them up for Roche. They're actually looking for more. Supreme with the amplified damage. They were hoping for Nightfall, but Nightfall actually cut back, and Earthshaker was not here yet. That would have been a fantastic kill.
Yeah. All right. And Roshan respawning in 10 seconds. They've already just been sitting in here on the Marcy. Let's see if she has the patience.
Oh, no!
Yikes.
Sometimes you get unlucky. This is a little bit... Well, actually, I guess it makes sense because Gyro showing in the mid wave. They showed SF bottom. I think Earthshaker might have shown too. So if BB team was going to make a move for the Roche positioning, that would have been it. So they didn't feel comfortable sticking around, and they make their way back right away. So
yeah,
they still recognize it's important.
Marcy's helping, right? Just surging this gyrocopter basically thanks to the rebound. They're gonna get one more wave, and then he's gonna come back for the Roshan. So it's going to be a while before this wave pushes up and meets to where MOUZ currently are inside this Roche pit. But they smoke. They say, all right, we are not going to make this mistake again. We've got the BKB on GPK's Wind Ranger. And maybe it's BB team's time to take the Roshan. Who's going to get it?
It's way too fast.
Way too slow. Wow. I mean, even surprised by the damage that MOUZ have. But just like that, well, Ward Sentries come out. Olnit's just going to zoom in here and say, nope, no chance.
Lucky.
An 8,000 gold advantage with an Aegis on your Gyro. Daedalus is done as well. This guy is scary. He has finally passed this Dragon Knight who has been sitting at the top this whole game. Oh boy.
Radiant's top tower.
Force gets caught out. That's a big portion of their team fight, and they take him out immediately. Really nice grab. Did you BKB on Dragon Knight for that? I think he did. Yeah, so that's Dragon Knight form and BKB.
MOUZ maybe thinking about fighting off of that, but yeah, I think it's much safer to play it safe and leave. A little bit, they got a little split up there. I think feeling too good off that Roche. I think that's something that BB has been a lot better about in this series. The very disciplined movements as a team, giving only a few openings up, and especially that Roche play, right? That one really got them. But otherwise, in general, they have been a lot cleaner on these movements. And kind of we see what happens there on MOUZ. They're in that same area, but just a little scattered, and it leads to the Pango being picked off, and it just kills that push. Right? That could have been a tier 2 tower falling, maybe both of them as they move up together, but now they got to fall back, wait, and now they'll try again. It does mean they just lost about a minute on the Aegis. They still got 3, though. Good creep cutting top by the familiars, though.
Yeah. Dude, this gem has done so much work already. It's such a good pickup at this point. Like, you get your Aegis, you have your gem now. It's time to sweep the map. Make sure that wherever you're playing, you have vision advantage. So they're going to look for the mid-tier 2 and then likely the top tier 2. But luckily, the familiars have shoved this lane all the way in. So, well, no other choice but to go high ground.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Olnit saying, hello. Your base is under siege.
This tower's already down to last third health.
Dire's bottom
What's your initiation like, though, is the issue, right? Like, who can jump on this gyro without risk of dying? Tusk Midas.
Are fortified.
BB team really playing for the late game here off of that pickup.
think
I mean, he needs an
knows.
Ags. I was just saying, like, what's your initiation onto the gyro? Like, how do you, like, go in without probably dying to just a fissure?
Yeah, if you can get to Ags
that's
BKB, the Tusk impact will be huge, and I think that's why he's gone for the Midas.
Well, there we go. They're going to go jump right on top of Olnich. Shackles out from GPK. Really nicely placed, but the BKB in the response. Olnich will lose the Aegis. But that's BKB down, as well as the Dragon form. You haven't really committed anything. Shadow Fiend at the ready here. Oh, never mind. They jump in. He needs to be careful. His BKB comes up, but the turn. Phoenix is gone right away. They're going to try and chase down Nightfall, but a beautiful shards from Save. Here comes Supreme, the Requiem, the Fear. They've caught the Dragon Knight into the side. The Snowball hit will pull him back in, but Olnit now on the front side. Can they bring down Nightfall? That's the question. Beautiful Gleipnir, the Echo from Narman. It's enough, but you've caught the gyro. GPK and Miro have done it. Bengen will pull Force to the other side of the barrier. Oh, the catch, the fissure, the finish. They take down GPK, and he's got no buyback.
Neither of these cores do. I think you just go for it. I mean, you know they might have it, but at the same time, it's you kind of know they're probably buying out a lot of their items, especially when you see that recipe in the Dragon Knight's backpack.
Oh, beautiful disengage. Save goes in. The Snowball is going to pull him pretty far. Can Force get the roll up? He can. In comes Shadow Fiend. A little bit off the mark there with a raise, and now he's in a little bit too deep. Miro's going to be able to chase with these familiars. He needs help. Supreme's got to go. The dispose, the rebound, movement speed, it's enough. And now Pango out of mana. It's all this Visage, man. They've got him. Force Staff once again, another rebound, whips his boy, trying to get him safety. The Rolling Thunder, does he? You need to use it. He might. Bengen just pops the ult. The tag team, the damage, it's there. Miro, can he finish the job? He can't. They're all just barely surviving. Every one of these other heroes are back in the game. They defend.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So many barriers coming into play, and the mobility spells. I can't believe they held 3v4, actually. I thought for sure they would lose Rax.
Dude, I can't either. All right. Shadow Fiend check. Where are we at on the Necromastery Souls? Because he still has not died, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's still at, still at only 24.
No,
but the Axe is
coming now, so 20.
So, be 29,
right? Once he farms it?
Yeah. So he just gets 5 more souls there. Didn't get any of the kills in that fight, so a blessing for BB team.
Dire are scanning.
29 is more than enough, though, once he picks them up to have a really good ultimate, though.
And the big timing is the 20 talent with the Ags, right? And he is so close to that. So
this fight might be perfect for BB, though. It'll come right before that. Let's see how much time.
Force. Ooh, ward sentry placed. He had a gem, so he sees it, immediately blinks out. Level 20 now finished on the Shadow Fiend, so he's got the talent. The smoke continuing, though. They're going to chase. They go right on in. Force able to get the Rolling Thunder off, try to disrupt this whole fight. If you can force the BKB out of GPK, it'd be great, but a great shards, and they will back away instead. Really good save from Narman. Again, the fissure there to stop the chain disables.
Didn't commit too much to that. Maybe Dragon Form being the longest cooldown. And Roll is a relatively short cooldown. They're going to smoke and go. I don't know. Roll's actually a big part of their fight. I guess
agree.
it depends who they find on this.
I mean, if Narman gets a Blink Echo, it's into a Requiem and it's over. Like, whoever that target is dead, you know? So
Yeah.
whether or not that's how you want to take the fight, we'll have to see, as they manage to get themselves the shard for Nightfall. Not the best one, but it's still valuable. Gyrocopter has gone for an MKB against the Wind Ranger. Makes perfect sense. BB team still holding on, despite what has been a very dominant performance in Game 2 here from MOUZ. They're keeping it together.
BB team's been very disciplined in a lot of these movements. In fact, really, the biggest mistake they made was that Roche play, right? They've just been trying to get back since then.
They know about the ward sentry in that jungle entrance, and they're still afraid to approach there without having like a smoke, I think. So we'll just head back to top. Roshan could be spawning any moment. We'll see the timer. It is literally 0 second spawn. Oh
wow.
My goodness. If MOUZ scout this, it could, well, I mean, we may just see the smoke engagement anyway.
So
Supreme
good.
hiding in the trees. They get on top. He gets the blink out. Rolling Thunder comes out from Forest. They get to change disables, but it actually stops him. What a grab on the backside. The Dragon Tails only gets the cheese off. He's able to full heal, but they buy back on both of the supports.
Gems down, recovered by Wind Ranger.
That's big. Dude, the chain disable on the backside of that fight, forcing the cheese out from Gyro as well. No BKB spent on Shadow Fiend, but you did pull it off of Olnit. Force goes in, gets caught from the shackle. Needs to be careful. Focus fire is out. There's the Blink Echo. The Requiem's there. It catches two. Amazing engagement. That's what they're looking for. And with those two deaths, they're looking to maybe force buybacks, or they could back for Roshan.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Roche is the safe play with the abilities and BKBs on cooldown, but they might be tempted to bait the buyback. Okay, no, they're falling
fixing
back
lanes
first.
Yep. Fix lanes into Roche is what they're doing.
That was such a good catch on the Wind Ranger, the instant echo. And then this is why this build is so popular. Yashikaya increasing the cast speed of your ultimate. Usually it would take so long to get that ult off, and she may be BKBs after being echoed, but in this case the chain combo is so much, along with the damage, right? We didn't even get into that. The insane damage from Requiem and the raises. He's now up to 32 souls. This is a really powerful ultimate.
Oh my goodness. I did not realize he's up to 32. Yeah, that is terrifying. So take a look at the replay. Instant Blink Requiem, the chain disables, even catching the Phoenix. Like, Narman not only was just so good. Ags for the Pangolier. Such a good pickup. You are really starting to pull away in this game. A 19,000 gold advantage. I'm a little bit surprised no cheese into Supreme here, but you know, it's like he's got a Windlace. Maybe give him the cheese, but instead he's got a Refresher queued up, and he can buy it out if he wants. Also finds a Ninja Gear, which is even better for this guy to sit back, save, goes in, gets the the stun right onto Olnit, but forced to have to get him out. The barriers are doing some heavy lifting in this game. How close are we to the Tusk Ags? Does he have it?
Still a long way away. I was about to get into that. You kind of need to bust open this high ground with this Aegis, because if you keep delaying it, Tusk will get closer and closer to his Ags, because he has that Midas. And fortunately for MOUZ, he's been dying at the start of the fight, so he's not really picking up any gold. But if you throw one fight and Tusk is there for a couple kills, suddenly he gets Ags, and then it is so hard to push up into that. So it's actually pretty important that this Aegis push goes well. They don't need to win, but probably need like 2 barracks at least before the game gets really hard.
Yeah. I mean, Refresher, Shadow Fiend, this is it, right? You can even use your first Requiem from the low ground, blink in for the fear, and then recast if you really want. Like, you don't have to hit 2 melee ranged Requiems. The first one can just be zone control, but Olnit, with his Amplified Damage Rune, going to start just ripping through these buildings. It's up to BB Team. How do you engage? Can you even bring down the Gyro once, let alone twice? As the rebound is there. A little bit of extra movement speed to just zoom towards the top side of the map. One lane of barracks down. The second now under siege. And like you said, this is it. This is a must-win scenario. They jump into the backside. They get stun onto Narman. Huge grab here from Nightfall, but he gets the cheese. And now the egg is out. Can you reset or not? Olnit with a BKB, trying to just disengage, gets away from the egg, and Supreme has everything at the ready. The Shadow Fiend looking for an opening. You still have the blink. You have the Shakers, Echo. Will they catch the I mean, you have to get a big hero. Narman goes in.
Narman's in.
He's found one. The Requiem's out, baby. The refresher, the save, though. But the second fear is too much. They cannot get out. And guess what? Miro's stuck alone on the bottom side of the map. And it's only a matter of time before they find him. BKB out from Supreme. The jump in, the dispose. The second Requiem comes into the base as GPK forced into the fountain. Miro will dodge it with the stone form, but he is 4v1, nowhere to go, 3 dead without buyback. An incredible performance from MOUZ here in this second game as they are gonna try and just go for the end. Tier 4 is
Their
under
last
siege,
clip.
the last fortification.
Radiant structures are
1 minute. I think they've got this. I don't think you can do anything about it. As long as you resist the call of the fountain.
Resist the call of the fountain. It's true, man.
The death of every Dota player.
It beckons.
Oh no.
Beautiful dispose. The Rolling Thunder's there. GPK hits the deck, and the flak will finish off the Phoenix. That is it. GG comes out, and MOUZ take a very impressive game 2 to tie the series.
All right, well played by MOUZ. A much